Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olson, the Tolkien professor, joined as always by my friend Gryfflet, who has been thinking that Glánhar, that's her name, right? Was it? Yes, Glánhar here is really kind of an intimidating old lady here, and Gryfflet is definitely ready to render her any assistance that she requires. But hey, everybody. So sorry, first of all, for being late today. I was somewhere else. I'm coming back from I was at the studio this morning and got a little bit caught up there and was driving home. So I was a few minutes late driving home, but I made it because I was determined to do the Gryfflet stream today. So here we are, and we are about, I don't know what percentage. I was going to say halfway through. Maybe that's ambitious. I don't know. I am part of the way through. The size of that part yet to be determined of our Ost Rimmon quests here in the Beacon Hills. As we continue to work through the Beacon Hills quests. And then, as I believe, once we complete the Beacon Hills quests here, it'll be back to the Rohirrim, to the main host of the Rohirrim, and then on towards the Pelennor Fields. Sorry, not trying to be fancy with being, saying I was at the studio, but I was doing some studio stuff. We have the excellent New Betta Do Betta from TikTok in town filming some video projects with us, and I was hanging out with him this morning, and we were recording a thing together here this morning. So much nicer. And Hologrow, we are so going to Tar Rauros. I mean, absolutely, yeah. I've been kind of saving that one for the end, but it looks like the quests are going to take me in that direction. So anyway, let me talk to Glánhar. Is this quest that she's got eyes on Ost Rimmon?
We must not stand idle.
Is this a new one, or is it repeatable? You have stood upon our walls and looked out. I have often, and in the last days I have seen scouts of the foe brazenly keeping watch. Oh yeah, but defeat the Varag scouts. I did do this. Okay. Yep. No problem, Glánhar. Well, I've already done that for you, so no need on that. And okay. So the Tomb of Halifirion, I'm going to get there last. Not only because it's furthest away, but like best for last, man. I'm really looking forward to the Tomb at Halifirion. Look at that. Even on the map, you can see it goes up. There's this whole like roundabout up there and stuff. And oh man, looks like standing stones around. Can't wait. Gonna be awesome. Oh, no, wait. I see the round thing is I see that's the map symbol for beacon. I see there's one at Cairn and Erelas. You can see them right there. Okay, cool. All right, so that's the beacon right there. But then, I don't know. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's going behind me. You're right. I'm blocking it. Never mind. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Yeah, looking at the lower left-hand corner of the map is tricky. Anyway, it's fine. We'll get there. So we're gonna head over there last. So first, we want let's see, gathering wool. Okay, yeah, we'll go up there. The green is the herb collecting, right? The gift gone astray, that's the horse. No, the horseless rider. Okay, yeah, he's up there. Okay. And then we've got the blue, the ransomer. Yeah, okay, right. I remember we're meeting with the ransomer. Meeting again with the ransomer. Okay. All right, so let's head off then to the wool gathering quest, which is gather sheep from the north of Erelas. There we go. It's gonna go. Let's go gather sheep. That's what we'll do first. Okay. All right. What am I doing? Getting on a horse. Oh wait, hey, I didn't open my presents. Look at me all in a rush, coming in late for my stream. Craft boosting. Those come in handy. Scroll of finesse. Don't think I've ever used one in my entire history. Not saying I couldn't, just saying I never have. Okay. And having never used a scroll of finesse, it's, hang on, where am I going other than the wrong direction? Is this the wrong direction? That's up to Ost Rimmon, isn't it? Hang on, let's go this way. Let's go out and take a right here. Let's go through town, which is risky on my worst. See, I already took a wrong turn. Come on now, you can do it. Let's just let's walk, carry on, right? Because we got to go around this way. That's right. We're navigating. Here we go. All right, now let's open up a little speed. Go up to trotting speed here. We can handle it, carry on. We're good. All right. Oh, I see the front gate. There's the stairs up to the beacon. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. There you go, carry on. I'll give it some gas. There we go. All right. Let's go find the sheep. While I'm looking for sheep, I wanted to tell you guys about a fun thing. And here's the fun thing. This week is the first week of Signum University's fall fundraising campaign. Every year, Signum University does our fall fundraising campaign. Signum University, nonprofit institution. We rely very heavily upon donations and support from our community. And you guys have been awesome. Hundreds of people give donations every year. And it has just been an awesome partnership with our community over the years. We're doing our fundraising campaign, which means, which means we're lagging on the top of the hill here. We're gonna, whoop, okay, that's what I was waiting for. I thought I might like rubber band myself right off the cliff, but okay, so right here there are sheep. Right amidst the wolves, I see wolves. Oh, there are the sheep. Indeed, right among the wolves. Well, fortunately, that wolf is not hungry. Or else there's something particularly distasteful looking about these sheep. Oh, nice. I get to actually kite the sheep back to town. That's fun. That's fun. Let's do it. No, not inventory. Okay. Now, I hope that the sheep will actually aggro the wolves now that I'm following them. Or they're following. Whoa! Okay. Right, rapid sheep. Okay. Come this way, sheep. I will keep you safe, sheep. Don't worry about the boar. He's a little grumpy, but he won't do any harm. Oh, that. Whew, there's another sheep. Thought that was a wolf. Okay. All right, we're good. I think we're going to make it now, sheep. Okay. Fall fundraising campaign. So, here's one of the things that we love to do every year in our fall fundraising campaign is just celebrate the people who support us. Whether it's by making donations, which I hope you'll consider doing if you've never done it before. If you're still like new and just popping in on this stream, don't worry about it. It's all cool. But for people who have been following Signum and especially my regular broadcasts and everything like that, just want to encourage people to consider making a tax-deductible donation, signumuniversity.org/donate. But at the same time, we also like to do, there they are, still with me. We also like to do celebrations of the people who donate and support us, whether it be by financially supporting us or by tuning in and supporting my broadcasts with your excellent presence. And so we're going to do a giveaway. So we're going to do a giveaway here. Just as I've been doing all week on my broadcasts, we're going to do a giveaway here. But this giveaway is going to be open all week long. So here's how it's going to work. Those of you who have been to my other broadcasts this week already know how this works. There's going to be a new form. So there's going to be just a simple Google form that will collect your name and email so we can enter you into the drawing and so that you can collect if you win. Oh, okay. They vanished, but they vanished safely. Oh, no, more sheep. Oh, man. I've got to walk this sheep home from, like, every corner of the Beacon Hills. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Oh, vengeance for Leofdug. Oh, right, that's over here in Tower Druidon. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to the murder mystery of Leofdug after I finish the Beacon Hills. We'll do that as that'll be the transition back into the host over there. Okay. All right. Then let's keep doing the sheep. That's what we'll do. Anyway, okay, so as I was saying, Google form that collects your name and email, and then next week, during next week's Gryfflet broadcast, I will do the drawing officially, and I will draw a name from among all of the people who have signed up on the form in the week in between, like between now and about a week from now in next week's broadcast. The reason for the delay of the week is that it means that people who are attending, who are watching the stream asynchronously will also have the opportunity to participate, because a lot of people can't make the live broadcast but still like to watch. So I want to be including those. So for those people who are here, let's see, I'm going to steer Gryfflet in this direction, and then I'm going to, here we go. I'm going to copy. Let's see if Moobot will let me paste this in. Okay, that is the link. I've just pasted in the chat for the live attendees here. That is the link to the Google form for the Gryfflet drawing. And that same link will be pasted into the description of the Twitch recording. So folks who are coming here to the Lotro Twitch channel to see the recordings afterwards can get that as well. So again, if you're watching asynchronously, go to the episode description and you can find the link to enter the drawing there. Now, what is the drawing for, you ask? What do you win if you win the drawing? If you win, you get a choice of one of 3 awesome Signum experiences. You could choose free attendance at the regional moot of your choice. Our regional moots are, of course, our little regional conferences, little conferences we're holding all over the country, all over America, and indeed outside America as well, such as UK Moot in April in York, England. But anyway, so hark, there be sheep. So option 1 for the drawing prize will be attendance at the regional moot of your choice. Free attendance at the regional moot of your choice. The second, okay, there we go. There's some more sheep. The second option, you'll be choosing one. You'll get a choice of one of these 3 options. 1, free ticket to a regional moot. Second, a free month's flight in our space program. So you can attend one of our space programs, one of our space modules. Space programs. We only have one program with multiple modules. One of our space modules for free. those are our month-long awesome classes for fun. And, all right, we're going to have to go carefully. I feel like I'm not actually leading chickens, but I might as well be chicken running here. Okay, so space flight, regional moot ticket, or option number 3, one of our anytime audits. So our graduate courses, we have the lecture recordings for our graduate courses, and you can get a pack of all of our lecture recordings for one of our courses. So you can basically audit one of our courses for free. So you can get anytime audit, access to a grad course, access to one of our space participation in one of our space modules, or attendance at a regional moot. Those are our 3 choices. Yeah, those are our 3 choices, and you can choose one of them if you win the drawing. So we're going to do the drawing next week. So go ahead and I encourage you to fill out that form, put your name into the drawing, and if you win, you will get one of those. You'll get your choice of one of those things. Okay, sheep still with me. These sheep can keep up with a war steed fill. So if I mount up, the sheep will stay with me. Because see, normally when things are following me like this, like NPCs, they vanish when I mount up. And I don't know if the sheep will go away or whatever. Going on. There we go. They are faster than Sarah Oakhart, that's for sure. Oh, look, a warband. Perfect time to encounter the warband. Dude, he's coming right at me. Come on over here, sheep. Let's not encounter the warband, shall we? The warband is pursuing me. He's after my sheep. No way, Nowrock. You can't have him. Oh, there's the spastic slow one. Come on now. You can do it. He looks afraid. He looks scared. Don't be scared, sheep. I got you. Okay. Now, there's going to be a third set of sheep, aren't there? Because if there's more than one, there's got to be 3. Surely they're not going to do 2 sheep flocks, which suggests to me that having gotten these sheep near Cairn, we're going to be all the way over by the Furian Wood for the 3rd set of sheep. That is the dread that is growing in my soul here. Ah, you're taking the illustrious Sparrow Alden space module right now, Druid's Fire. That is awesome. Oh yes, her creative writing one. It's November, so it's her NaNoWriMo one, right? 1 month story. Yeah, awesome. Sparrow is just a wonderful creative writing instructor. Yep. No, I was sure the 3rd flock seemed perfectly inevitable, Phil. Perfectly inevitable. All right. Oof. Okay. All right, sheep, let's walk. I want you to stay. I want to see you vanish this time. Okay, we're approaching safety now, sheep. You're almost there. You have to be careful with sheep. You know, shepherds tell me that if it's possible for a sheep to get into trouble, it will. So you just gotta be mindful. My son Nicholas has always been interested in sheep. He volunteered as an assistant sheep keeper when he was in high school. So I, got to know some sheep herding families. Here you go. There you go. All right. Let's see. Bar Nathron, huh? Okay. Not quite as far away as I expected it to be, but pretty close. Okay. Let us mount up again. I think this time, yeah, I'll do them next. I'll do them next, but I'm going to start a lore question. Let's see. Lore question. Okay. That's Meow Indeed was asking this question, exploring the Lord of the Rings. Phil, I'm glad you noticed this one. So, in exploring the Lord of the Rings this week, we were talking about the passage where they've just fought the wolves, and they're heading out for the gates of Moria. And Boromir does his speech at the end of this passage that we were looking at, where he is talking about how they're almost certainly going to die, trapped between the wolves and the wall, and then says, lead on to Gandalf. And so we did a lot of discussion of what is going on with Boromir there. And as usual, when we take a really close look at what Boromir says, I come away really impressed with Boromir, who is pretty awesome. Oh, there's that thing on the map, the hill with what looks like a camp, but is actually a villa, I bet you. Partially burning villa now, but okay. Anyway, right, so we were talking about that Boromir passage. And as usual, Boromir was being pretty awesome. So, the lag is real. And so Meow Indeed was asking this excellent question, which is this version of Boromir before or after Denethor was invented? Do we know? I wonder if this is all just how Tolkien thought Boromir would act, or if Tolkien was projecting a Gandalf versus Denethor back via Boromir. Okay, so who are these chaps? Vardag Swordsman and Houndkeeper and Hound, just kind of hanging out together. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So at what point in the story did Denethor enter? Well, it's hard, of course, as usual. It depends what you mean by that, right? There was going to be a Lord of the city, Lord of Minas Tirith. That was always the plan. Boromir was always the son of the Lord of Minas Tirith. Well, okay, so approach the sheep, not the wolf, or that wolf. Okay. So yes. Boromir was always intended to be the son of the Lord of Minas Tirith. Now, it's true that in the early drafts, Lord of Minas Tirith was a different title. There wasn't as much business about the stewardship. The concept of the stewardship was sort of later. That was a later addition. I thought that wolf might come after my sheep there for a moment. But so far, so good. Yeah, the steward stuff was a later addition, but so the Lord of Minas Tirith, it was more king-like, essentially. He was really the Lord of the realm. Darn it. What happens if I hide in plain sight? What happens if I ignore the heck out of him and just keep running? Is he going to ignore my sheep? Will my sheep keep following me? Okay, all is well. And since these orc message bearers, as we know, think that running away in the other direction is how you attack, we might be okay. So coming sheep? Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, fine. Uh-oh. Okay, there's a wolf up here we gotta go around. And we got a lot of orc messengers. I think I'm still in combat mode. Yeah, I am. Still coming, sheep? There we are. Okay. Great. Off we go. Okay. So, Tolkien did envision the political situation in Gondor significantly differently in the early days, in the first drafts of The Lord of the Rings. One of the biggest, most notable plot differences is that he was going to have Boromir survive. Boromir was going to come back to the city. And his first thought was to play out the potential rivalry between Aragorn and Boromir. So there was a bad Boromir version, essentially, where Boromir makes it alive back to Minas Tirith. And then I think he was always going to contrive a way to kill off the Lord of Minas Tirith, to kill off Boromir's dad, which would then have triggered a Boromir v. Aragorn for the hearts and minds of Minas Tirith rivalry, essentially. So if you think about this, what does this sound like? Sounds a little bit like the Thorongil story, right? That we learn in Appendix A. That is to say, the rivalry between Aragorn and young Denethor. So how's that? What is that parallel about? Well, what that parallel is about, I think that's actually the inspiration of this. That the original rivalry with Boromir story is the inspiration of the Thorongil story. When in my Mythgard Academy discussions of the history of Middle-earth, back when we were doing the history of the Lord of the Rings and we were looking at the early drafts and stuff, during the course of the history of Middle-earth at several points, I would frequently make jokes about Tolkien's desk drawer, right? I used to say that when Tolkien cut something from the book, he never threw it away. He put it in the drawer, right? And you never know when he's going to pull stuff out of that drawer again. And sometimes it's actual sentences. Like he'll cut a sentence and then he'll use it again later on when it comes to a different place where it could go. So again, I used to joke, Tolkien never threw away anything. He just recycled stuff. He just put it in the drawer and he'd still bring it back out again. And I'd say that both of actual passages of text, but also of ideas as well. And there are a number of times we can see over the course of the history of Middle-earth, places where Tolkien has shelved ideas, or drawered them anyway, right? Where he's taken ideas and he's put them in the drawer and he's like, okay, not going to go into this here, not going to do this, or not going to go into this here. But it's unclear which one it is of those two things, right? Has he cut it out because he definitely decided not to do that? Or has he cut it out just because he's like saving it for later? He's like, not here, but maybe somewhere else. So it doesn't actually constitute a change of mind on his... Oh, there's the fourth sheep. Just a change of tactics. So, here we go. The triumphant return of the third flock of sheep. So, one of the things that... But as I say, the stuff that goes in the drawer never gets thrown away, right? It's always still there. That, I think, is what happened with the Thorongil story. When he is writing in Appendix A, some of those, like, summaries of what young Aragorn was doing, right? What stages there were of Aragorn's earlier career, he essentially opens up his drawer and he pulls out this incident, right? Oh yeah, there's this rivalry with Boromir and Aragorn that I had going on. So Strider v. Boromir, from the first draft of The Lord of the Rings, never ended up really using that. There's some rivalry with Denethor, right? But Denethor is more competing with Gandalf than he is with Aragorn, at least in the story as it unfolds, right? In any case, Tolkien takes that idea. I think that we can see him reworking the idea when he's writing the appendix, which he wrote after the rest, the whole story was written. I think that that's one of the reasons why he did that version of the story, the Thorongil story, the way that he does, emphasizing the rivalry with young Denethor, because it's basically the later version of his Aragorn's rivalry with Boromir story that he originally put into that he originally put into here. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, I want to save the trip all the way up to Rauros, but since I'm up here, I'm gonna go ahead and pick my herbs so that I can hand that quest in. Huh, so I didn't realize this was all big swampy territory here. But that makes a certain amount of sense. Okay, alright. Anywhere through here, huh? Oh, those fireflies. I thought those fireflies were like glowy things. Like quest sparklies. Huh. No, I don't want a swarmer. Wait, Enscook, where is it? Oh. Okay. How did I miss that? Oh, it's not that. It's that. A little flower. Okay, boy, yeah, those, yeah, let's dismount here. Oh, man, I got 12 of these. Okay. So, Meow, back to your question. So, when the pre-Moria passage is being written, is Boromir yet? Oh, it's the same one I found. I just found One Ents cloak multiple times? Cairn? What is that? I don't have a quest for any cairns. Whoa. New deed. Lost trail of the Entwash. Tell me more. It's a discovery deed. Is it indeed? Is there text that goes along with this? Find cairns marking a forgotten path through the Entwash. Okay. Look, Nika Breaker, I was just minding my own business, okay? I'm reading the deed text. Does that offend you? Okay. That's the end of the trail? Oh. That's the trail? So this is the trail that goes up to Rauros then, basically, with the cairns. Okay. So if I what you're saying is if I'll complete that discovery deed in the course of following the way up. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. What could be better? Nothing at all. Okay. Cool. So anyway, okay, so back to Meow's question. Certainly the character of Denethor had not been fleshed out yet. Before we get to it. But yeah, like at that point when we're still in the greater Moria region. Man, this herb is pretty rare. Not too many of them sitting around. Like looking for a nice clump of them, right? No luck. So it claims that they're all the way up here. This is like the middle of the river. How's the herb gonna grow here? Doesn't even make sense. I think I'm being seriously misled by my map indicators here. Oh, there we are. Another one, finally. Oh, here's a cairn. We got some orcs coming in here. old camp marking a forgotten path. Okay. Okay. So those are just swarmers, huh? Let's see. Oh, that's just a shrew. I might have skipped a Cairn. Yeah, well, I can't see anything in this bloody place. The reeds are just out of control here. Okay. How many flowers is this? Only halfway there? Yikes. Okay, let me get back to Boromir and Denethor. It is really hard to say. Meow indeed was wondering about the nature of Boromir's character as he's depicted in the text, and is this like essentially an earlier version of Boromir? And I mean, it's hard to say. Both, certainly the character of Denethor isn't really explored yet in Tolkien's mind. But the character of Boromir is still emerging itself as well. So yes, there are earlier versions, but I don't see Tolkien's depiction of Boromir in those earlier sections as being something that is dependent upon an earlier fundamental conception of Boromir's character or of like the political situation, essentially. Look at that, 2 Ent cloaks right next to each other. I found the mother Ent cloak lode up here. Oh, come on, Mr. Fly. Okay. Man, I keep getting caught. All right. Where am I? I'm at the northern extremity, huh? Okay, one thing I can promise you is that those cairns are going to be really annoying to find. Because I can't make those appear on my quest map, can I? If I put that deed in the map tracker, can I get it to steer me? Oh, look, there's another one. Best to take advantage of the opportunity. Okay. Yes, I found a cairn. Great. I still need 2 more. Oh, and here it all is. Should have started up here. Okay. We are out of here. I will tackle the Cairn issue later on. Okay. I am completely oriented wrong. Alright, where am I going to next? I can get the horse next? I'm still nervous about the fact that I've gotten no quests for that keep up on the hill up there. Do I have to go up there and then get quests from the landscape, you think? Maybe. Maybe that's... oh, what's happening here? Why am I going sideways? What am I running into? The edge of the map. That's what. Aha. Here we are. Ah, the ransom quest line might go there. Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm just going to continue pursuing the... Oops. I felt like I had fallen into deep water. But fortunately, everybody who was chasing me has been thoroughly thrown off my scent. Alright. Okay, so we'll do the horse next, then the ambush. Looking good. We're in good shape here. Of course, it's my quiet ambition to finish this region today if I can. Ooh. Big old statue. What's going on here? Why am I stuck? Am I just lagging? There we go. Okay. Oh, it's a road arch. I see. The perspective I was like, I thought that was just like a statue on top of the hill. But it's another road arch. Ah! Man, that's so alarming. Okay. Let us stop. Look back. Sword at his side, open hand. Definitely a steward. Bare head. Alright, I'm looking for, okay, somewhere around here is gonna be the horse. Oh, there he is. Witherbreaker. Oh, come on now. Move along, orc message bearer. Can I just tell him to go back? Okay, thank you for moving off. All right. Leading Witherbreaker. Ooh. Didn't see that coming. There you go, Sithgar. Don't kick your horse or he'll run away again. We've talked about this.
What a sorry lot I have drawn.
You've done it, but how? That a foreigner can handle Witherbreaker better than a man of Rohan. But never mind that. I have hope once more of rejoining my Eorid, and that is enough. Excellent.
What ill luck.
I must ask your help once more. I dare not let Witherbreaker out of my sight, but as you can see, she has lost both her saddle and her shoes. Would you ask the people in Ost Rimmon and see if they have any to spare? Okay. This is not the epic quest. No. No, it is not. Okay. I'm switching horses here, Sithgar. Don't kick my horse either, if you please. So first we're going to go to the blacksmith. And we're going to get some fancy Witherbreaker. I almost said snowshoes. Horseshoes. Okay. All right, Dringrad.
Yes?
Fresh out of horseshoes. Normally, yes. Today the van broke down. But it is for that poor boy from Rohan. If it is for that poor boy from Rohan, I could make him some. Short of iron as well. Oh, go up to the quarry. Gather some tools. Oh, you're going to melt the tools down and make horseshoes out of them. Okay. Of Rakya. Huh. Rakya is the name of the dude. Warband. No, thank you. Okay. We're headed down to the quarry. On the way. I'm going to check in. Yep, found your sheep, dude.
Well, what is it then?
You'd make a fine shepherd? Well, thank you for that. My flocks are accounted for and unaware of the trouble surrounding them. If we are held here long, they will make food and garments for these folk too, as well they ought. Oh, you're just going to eat them? The sheep? If there's a siege. Right, I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. All right, so now we're going the other way because we're going all the way into the quarry. Yeah, this way to the quarry. Okay. And we're just abandoned tools. People randomly abandoned tools, and we're going to find them. Okay. Theoretically, they've been all over the place. No, huh? Scanning for lost tools. Coming up with nothing. There's one. Okay. Oh, there we are. Oh, now here we go, out by these old sheds. This is just where I would expect to find rusty old tools. Now we're in business. You know, I kind of object to the... I just lost my train of... Oh, yeah. To the fact that it takes so long to pick these up. Compared to, you know, other things that you get in your progress bar. If you think about the number of things that you do with your progress bar, right, the number of present participial things that you do, some of them really should take substantially more time than picking up a horseshoe. Which means the horseshoe should take less time, really. In theory. Okay. All right, got the horseshoes. Yeah, Mystic, I am level 145, and I am a terror to myself and others. Gryfflet's still bringing in XP here. Gonna let him level up, I think, to 107 or 108. No, not up the hill. I always make that wrong turn. There you go. Did I go up to Argonath long ago? Yeah, we were up at the Argonath with what's his face, with Horn and from the south? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Okay. Okay. Where did the blacksmith go? There he is. Okay, Dringrod. You'll forge them up and shoe the horse yourself. Great. You don't need me to carry the horseshoes for you? Okay. Maybe blow on the embers of your fire. Work your bellows, something. The lad would need a saddle too. Bargwin might be able... Oh, she'll be real cheerful about that. Now tell me, is she going to send me off to kill something? Collect its uncured skin and bring it back? Right. Bargwen is right up in here, isn't she? Yeah, there she is.
The men have gone off to war.
Do I look like a stable hand to you? Just because Dringrod never wants to do a thing but work unpaid and unbidden doesn't mean that he can make others do so. Besides, you will find nary a saddle in Ost Rimmon, I happen to know. Fine, I will make you one, but I will need good leather. We do not have any of that either. Hunt some of the deer. Yeah, in the Furian Wood. That's all that will do, huh? Deer from the Furian Wood. Good grief. Okay. Fine. Man, that gift gone astray thing, it feels like an epic quest the way I keep coming back to it. And it's, you know, spanning the whole region essentially with the mini quests. Okay, let's see. So we'll go get some deer hides. We will... Oh, wait, where's the Entwash Greens dude? Was he the one who's up the stairs? The Lord guy? Yeah, up here. Yeah.
We all must do what we can, mustn't
Hey,
we?
no problem. Okay. We're getting there now. Right? Leofdog, which is after. Yeah, it's just the deer hides and the ransom. And then the Halifirian. Great. Let's queue up another lore question. Okay, let's do Guitarhim asked, are the Rohirrim colonists and the Dunlendings a colonized people? Basically, not exactly. So, all right, it's a little more complicated than that. Okay. The situation with the Rohirrim and the Dunlendings is uncomfortable. There's no question about that. And the primary source of discomfort, I would say, is that the Dunlendings' story sounds like one that is very familiar, like, distressingly familiar. The Dunlendings claim that Calenarthon or Rohan, the lands currently occupied by the Rohirrim, are their own ancestral lands, and that they've been displaced from their ancestral lands by these newcomers, right? And it's not just that story makes us feel uncomfortable, because it reminds us of Native Americans being displaced, for instance, here in America. But the displaced people, our own reflections on our history, again, as I say, especially in America, gives us, I think, a sort of sympathy for the Dunlendings, right? And yet the story depicts them as the bad guys, right? They're the allies of Saruman. They are the enemies. They're fighting alongside the orcs at Helm's Deep, attacking the Rohirrim, for whom our sympathies are entirely, exercised, essentially. I'm going to go ahead and go up Calenhad. I may get another quest there. Do you think I will get another quest to go up Calenhad? Because I don't want to skip a beacon. I want to go up all the beacons. But if they're going to send me up later, I won't worry about it. But not too far out of my way. Anyway, I'll wait. If it looks like I've come to the end of the region and I've not done it yet, I'll go out of my way. Okay. So as I say, it makes us very uncomfortable because the story prompts us to see the Dunlendings as antagonists, as bad guys, and yet we sympathize with them as a displaced people. And the idea of the Rohirrim being the displacers, the Rohirrim being in the position of European colonists coming to the new land and displacing the indigenous peoples, that's a very uncomfortable story. Uncomfortable especially since we don't want to dislike the Rohirrim. The Rohirrim are good. And the story heavily recruits our own sympathies for the Rohirrim throughout. But as I say, it's a slightly... Where am I here? Notice we have the black standing stones just like at Dunharrow, leading up to Halifirian, which makes total and perfect sense. Let's go meet the ransomer. Then we'll hunt some deer. Ah, Phil, so we don't... Oh, there he is. Okay. Hey, Gondrad, here we are.
No good will come of this. I know it.
That is the camp there, just as he told us it would be. You go on and steal back his brooch. Oh, that's right, we're stealing back the brooch for him from his rival. Right. Okay. Well, this quest is right up my street. Oh, he's way up in the Halifirian. I know he's not. That's the tomb at Halifirian. Duh. It's the wrong one. Okay. All right. So you're looking this way, but in fact it's more or less in the opposite direction, huh? So, Gondrad, say you have no idea where it is without saying you have no idea where it is. Okay. Oh man, I gotta get up this plateau somehow. Gotta find a path. Oh, I got a quest for loth bears. Oh man. Okay. What happens when I kill a loth bear? Aggressive loth bears have been spotted in the Furian Wood, and some have even ventured towards Gondorian settlements. Deal with them for, everyone's safety. Okay. Okay. Looks like we can get up this way. There's another bear. What do I need? 10 of these bears? Alright. Don't knock me off the cliff, Mr. Bear. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Trying to circle in behind that camp. Oh yeah, the camp of the rival. That's just what it is. Oh, one-shotting the lath bear. Huh? Oh, there's an Anorian doe. Does she count? Yes, she does. I forgot about the deer hunting element of this expedition. She's significantly tougher than a bear, apparently. Okay, what is going on here? Where is... Is it up here? The camp with the brooch? I mean, what the heck? This is the center of it? Is there a camp down there? Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. They will never expect this. Whee! Alright. Burglars descending from above. Huh. What's in the chest? Nothing. Okay. Man, there's a lot of dudes in here. So I'm just looking in random chests, huh? Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, you know, I was going to try to not kill that many of you, but if you all really and completely insist, I may have no choice. I mean, I'm sorry and stuff. I tried to do this peaceably. Really, I did. Yeah, can we just get out of the caltrop zone? Do you mind? Yeah, that's better. Too bad I don't have a number of You killed me? Maybe I should pay attention to that. Look, dude. I didn't want to play like this, you know? What level are these dudes? 104? What's the matter with you, Gryfflet? Okay. So I'm just searching chests for the stupid brooch. And it's going to be in whatever's the last chest that I check. Oy. Oh man, I got 2 archers coming after me. Oh, they don't mind? They can shoot me through the tent? Oh, come on, you annoying dudes. Yikes. So, this camp is not my favorite place. I got the hounds. I got the whole... I have the camp coming after me here. We're good. He'll be back, don't worry. He just left you on your own to fight me. Oh, and he's gonna shoot me from there? Oh, seriously. I'm gonna throw knives at you. Fine, we'll do this the ranged way, which strongly favors you, by the way, so I'm giving you a big advantage. Are you bleeding at least or something? Take this. Oh, come on. Take that too. Ha ha! Okay. That was the most annoying dude running away from me after I killed him. I found it! Oh, good. Thank goodness. I am so out of here. There's nothing else down here, right? How does one escape this little thing? Hey, is there a way out of your camp? I don't mean you any harm. I mean, I do mean you harm. I just can't be bothered to administer the harm. That's really a more accurate description of the situation. Is there, in fact, a means of escape? Some kind of exit to this camp that I left? Ooh, look at this. Big old tent. Hey, guys. Okay. No. There's no escape. It's the other way, is it? North? We'll just keep heading north. Come on, Gryfflet. Let's go. Stop with the lag. Seriously. Okay. We'll go north. We'll go north. Yeah, I see the ring too, but I can't get there from here is my problem. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, look. Barriers that don't block the way. We must be there. Oh, I didn't even notice the entrance to the camp behind you over here, Gondrad. Yeah, so you can just walk in there all along, huh? Fascinating.
Oh, what I would give just to
I don't
see
look
the
terribly
sun.
bruised or bloodied. Well, if only you knew.
No good will come
We
of
have
this.
both
I
parts
know
of the ransom now, so I suppose we must press on. Where? Bar Nathron? A look before the weep. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so tell you what. No, I want to do the deer too. How many more deer? Deer and bears. Let's do. We come to the Furian Wood for the hunting, right? Yeah, they exactly overlap. So I'm going to go back this way. I'm going to go back into the hills, and I'm going to hunt deer and bear. See, look, there's a loth bear right there. And a deer. Look at this. We're in business now. I will sneak up on the more dangerous of the two creatures. See, I can one-shot a bear. I can't one-shot a deer. You gotta be kidding me. Nope, I got no quarrel with the wolves. All right. All right, now we're in business. Okay, anyway, so let me go back to what I was talking about the Dunlendings. As I said, it makes us really uncomfortable. And, you know, to some extent, like, it's certainly not my goal to either ignore or sweep away that kind of discomfort. It is uncomfortable. But here's what makes it really uncomfortable. Since the Dunlendings, who are the displaced indigenous people, and are depicted as bad guys, and the Rohirrim, who are the displacing colonist people, are depicted as good guys. Does that suggest that Tolkien is in fact imperialistic, right? Does it suggest that Tolkien himself is essentially on the side of the colonists against the indigenous people? That seems to me the heart of why that situation is so uncomfortable, right? And So, like, what's the truth? What's the reality? And I think the answer is it's complicated. It's complicated. One thing that I will admit up front, one of the tendencies that I see in reader responses that I find very frustrating. I find it very frustrating when Tolkien readers, or not necessarily like Tolkien fans, but basically when people use the following syllogism, right? English people of the 19th century, early 20th century, were imperialists. Tolkien was an English person of the late 19th century. Therefore, Tolkien is an imperialist. That seems logical, right? It's a logical syllogism. But it's a massive oversimplification. For one thing, although there are many ways in which Tolkien kind of identifies with the Victorian period, which was certainly a major period of imperialist expansion and pride in the empire and that sort of thing in England. He was a kid during that time. Like that's the time of his like happy memories about, you know, the land around Sarehole Mill, which is like the Shire and stuff. So yeah, he's got lots of happy associations with that period of time. But he was very far from being raised in sort of mainstream of that era. He's, though he was literally a child during the time of the late Victorian era, his like adult culture that he has been surrounded by is hang on, are we okay? Uh-oh. What happened there? Why did my picture freeze? Can you guys hear me still? You're hearing me all right? Okay, you can hear me. It's just my video has frozen. Weird. And I don't know what to do about that. I can't explain it. Turning it off and on again isn't working. I don't know if stopping the stream and starting again would do anything. I could just go without video, I guess. What do I have? 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't want to mess up the stream. Yeah, I'm trying to refresh the video source. I mean, apart from adding an... No, but that's going to just take up most of my time. Forget it. I'll just go video free here for the end. Don't know what happened, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. So anyway, point is, from his writings, both his letters and from, you know, the legendarium itself, it's perfectly clear that Tolkien has big problems with imperialism. He is very far from, you know, simply being a British imperialist. And I consider it really, really sloppy thinking. And it, as I said, it vexes me. It vexes me when people just want to kind of make that assumption and association with no real analysis, right? With no real careful thought. If you want like an indictment of the imperialist position, you can't get a clearer one than the history of Numenor, where he describes the Numenorians acting actually imperialistically, even to the point of engaging in a slave trade. I mean, and this is a plain and explicit symptom of their downfall. So the people that we see, let me say it the other way, the people that we see acting most like the British Empire are some of the worst people that he depicts. So again, to say that Tolkien is like rah empire is just a foolish and sloppy way to read the text. So that part of it kind of annoys me. But again, I don't want to just ignore the discomfort, the genuine discomfort of the fact that the displacement of the indigenous peoples, which are the Dunlendings, that creates that there's something uncomfortable going on there. So let's think about that more. Let's consider a little bit more fully what that looks like. Okay, so boy, this was an awesome pack of loth bears. I had 5 all in one place. Okay. The one thing to sort of focus on. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right. I was kind of hoping we'd get to Mithril Coin out to Bar Nathron. Tell you what. Let's go back here because the Bar Nathron, that's at a new settlement. It's probably going to be only the first of a whole bunch of quests there.
Well,
and I've only got a few more minutes. Let's see if we can bring this long-running, indeed, our original quest that brought us to Ost Rimmon in the first place. Let's see if we can bring this one to an end. And if so, the ransom quest will be it. That and the Tomb at Halfirion. Oops. Did it again. It's so easy to follow the flow of the road around in that direction. Okay. Yep, we'll be coming down towards the end. I think it likely that we've got one more week here. Okay. All right. Okay, Sithgar. Oh, look at that. Somebody already got him some nice barding, right? Even though...
Others shall earn glory.
Oh, no. The saddle came before me. All right. Pray only that I am fit to keep her by me. From here out, I must ride. But if you should catch up with the host of Rohan before we reach the Pelennor, seek me there, and I shall give you a warm welcome among my own people. Boy, wouldn't it be horrible if Sithgar turned out to be... Stop kicking me! I'm helping you here, dude. You have a serious kicking problem. Wouldn't it be horrible if Sithgar turned out to be the murderer of Leofdog? Oh, man, the irony, Sithgar. Okay. All right, so... Great. So now we're just going to... All we've got is the ransom quest and the tomb, and then a trip up Rauros, and then we head back to Tower Druadan. Sweet. Sweet. Okay, let's head over there. Go ahead and go up there. Maybe we can do the first step or two. We'll see. Still do have 10 minutes, so we're not at the very end. Okay, now, as I say, the main thing that I think about this. So I again wanted to acknowledge the discomfort about the Dunlending situation, but the fact of the matter is, the historical situation with the Dunlendings is not very clear. It's fairly complicated. This is not a question of the Dunlendings living peacefully in the land of Rohan and then the Rohirrim coming and kicking them all out. Like it isn't just that. The Dunlendings there's more to the history of the Dunlendings. They seem, for instance, to belong to more than like it's not like Rohan, first of all, was their only place. The land that the Rohirrim occupy is described as a kind of no man's land. Now, again, you might very easily say, well, yeah, all the European settlers viewed these lands as no man lands, right? Because they didn't count the Native Americans as like having a claim, right? And so maybe it was the same thing. And to some extent, I think that there's an element of truth in that. I think that there is, when Calanarthen, the land of Calanarthen, which was a Gondorian holding, right? So the Gondorians had it and seemed to have coexisted with the Dunlendings, again, to some extent. Since that seems to have been the case, but we're told that the land is sparsely peopled. Footnote, presumably by Gondorians, right? That doesn't necessarily prove that there were very few Dunlendings there. We don't know for sure. But Dunland, where clearly there was a large quantity of Dunlendings living, right? I don't know that Dunland is just the place where the Dunlendings have gone as a backup plan, right? That is closer to the storyline that we're given in Lotro, of course. That the wide and fertile fields of Rohan were once theirs, and then the horse lords came and kicked them out. That's less clear, I think, in the text. That's an interpretation by the Lotro folks. I think it's plausible. But I don't know that that's the case. It seems likely that the way that Tolkien is imagining this land is that this land is basically a kind of a buffer zone between, it's the northern fringes, like the northwest fringes of the Gondorian realm. So there were some Gondorians living here in Calanarthen, but not that many. And that the Dunlendings were based over on the other side of the Gap of Rohan, but there were some of them who were living in the western sides of Rohan as well. But that the bulk of Rohan itself was in the middle, and that it was sparsely populated, that it wasn't anybody's home, even though, again, there were some people living there on both sides. The steward then gives the land to the Rohirrim, and they establish their kingdom there. This does mean that those Dunlendings that were living in the western side of Dunland had a harder time, right, and were kicked out, and still hold a grievance, right, hereafter. Does it mean that the whole people? I mean, are we to imagine? Is Tolkien insisting? Because this is what would be uncomfortable, right? Is Tolkien insisting that that we must imagine like a Dunlending trail of tears leading from Rohan out to and that we're supposed to be, cheering against them, right? Knowing that that's the case. Again, I do not believe that Tolkien is forcing us to imagine that. I don't think that it's just not clear enough about where the Rohirrim, the Dunlendings were living and where they were focused and concentrated. In addition, I think that the whole situation of the Dunlendings being bad guys is less clear. Remember that the only Dunlendings we hear from who are against the Rohirrim have been stirred up by lies of Saruman. They have been prompted to view the Rohirrim in that light. Yes, it's just stirring up resentments from ancient days, what is to them ancient days. But Does that mean that everything that they say and believe that Saruman has been telling them is true? I don't see any reason to think that. So we have some, and what's more, what's the attitude of the Rohirrim towards the Dunlendings? There is scorn towards them. We can tell on account of how Helm Hammerhand uses the word Dunlending as an insult, right? When he's talking to somebody who had to what's his name? Not Wolf. The one he kills. Wolf's dad. Blanking on his name. Freka? Yeah, Freka. When he... Freka has some Dunlending blood in him, and so he calls him Dunlending. It sounds in scorn, right? So there's clearly some element there, but the mere fact that Freka has Dunlending blood, the fact that they do mix, the Dunlendings and the Rohirrim do mix, as evidenced by Freka and others, shows that that's a thing that happens. And when you think about Gamling, who is from the Westfold, out on that side of Rohan, and his attitude towards the Dunlending, he knows their speech, right? He doesn't speak of them as like inhuman beasts who need to be killed. Like, again, all of these things that would be most uncomfortable, right? So there are many of those things that we don't see. So, in short, it's complicated. It's complicated. I think it's a mistake to go too far in either direction. It's a mistake just to, put the Rohirrim and Tolkien in with them into the imperialist bucket and say, yeah, this is a story which is just instantiating the oppression of indigenous peoples by colonists. End of story, the end, let's move on. That would be wrong, I think. But I think it's also wrong to ignore the discomfort, to ignore the fact that, yeah, there is a displaced people story that is happening here. And it is certainly true that we are not prompted to be sympathetic to it. This is something that has to be kind of worked out. And I think it's best and most honest to just kind of live with that discomfort in a lot of ways. Okay. Very good. So I am here by Gondrad, and I am out of time, so I'm just going to wait here, and we'll start with Gondrad, see if we can finish up the ransom quest next time, and then do our last sightseeing. Go to the tomb at Halifirion, visit the beacons, and then, of course, head up towards Rauros up there. So then, once we finish those things, we'll be ready to head back to the Rohirrim and move towards the Pelennor Fields. So, excellent. Is my video still frozen? Yes, it is. Okay, no problem. Well, then this is the disembodied voice of Professor Olson signing off. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today. Let me one more time, remember we're doing a prize drawing for some awesome Signum prizes. I'll do the drawing next week, but if you enter on this form, you will be entered into our drawing. We're doing a drawing to celebrate our fundraising campaign at Signum University. signumuniversity.org/donate if you would like to make a tax-deductible donation to support Signum University and the wonderful work that we do there. Thanks, everybody, and I'll be back next week. Talk to you later. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.